どこに来るんですか?
Hello there everyone, and welcome to Staring At for Dragon Ball Super 107, the one where Master Roshi and Vegeta become your best of friends. To start off, I want to say that I really like this episode as a whole, especially after the shit show that was episode 106, and the absolute trash fire that Ten Shinhan has become. We get to see the limits of how far Master Roshi can go compared to the young'uns, and the good old Vegeta humanity that's been leaking out here and there as the series has continued, and the absolute bastard monster that is Frost now that his cover as Savior of the Galaxy is blown. This is by no means a perfect episode, however, as the first 7 minutes might as well be skipped. I don't understand why Dragon Ball does this, but every 2 or 3 episodes of this arc, there's been almost half an episode dedicated to exposition and shit we already know, in the form of the Grand Priest recapping. I've never seen any other anime do this to this extent, and it feels very similar to, well, back in the day, when the anime would start catching up to the manga, so they put like 10 minutes of screaming in and people reacting to the big bad of the arc. Except, that's not a problem anymore. The Dragon Ball Super manga is actually behind the anime last I checked, so why do they keep giving us all these long drawn out explanations when a normal anime in a normal tournament arc would just show us a scoreboard or something? All I can think of is them trying to save money, but when Dragon Ball is one of the most popular anime worldwide, do they really need a cost cut like this to the detriment of the show itself? Once we're past this, however, we finally get to the meat and potatoes. In the little recap, the Grand Priest reminded us that Universe 11 only has 3 warriors remaining, and the Universe 4 has 2 warriors that literally nobody has seen yet. Spooky. The former has the Universe 11 Angel slightly worried, though the God of Destruction and Kaioshin of the universe remind her, "Nah dog, we got Jiren. He's the hypest shit. Just you wait for the arc finale, it's gonna be dank." You know, just to continue that hype train a little while longer. Thankfully, we do get to see a little bit more of Jiren's power as the E621 monster from episode 105 reappears and tries to take out Jiren. Dispo blocks him, gets caught, we see that he's a super freak, and then Jiren literally blows him into tiny goo babies with just the air resistance from his fists. Calm down there, Saitama. With that out the way, we can finally get to Vegeta and Roshi versus Frost and Vegeta. Frost, being the absolute rat bastard that he is, seems to teleport in out of nowhere behind Master Roshi without so much as a "nothing personnel, kid," and immediately starts trying to beat his shit in. Roshi, it turns out, still has a little more juice in the tank, bulks up, and actually starts holding his own. Of course, as this is just an edgy OC recolor of Frieza, he's never in his final form and quickly turns the tables on Roshi, meaning that Roshi has to break out the Mafuba again. At this point, I was worried that Roshi would just immediately KO Frost like he did the Illusion Girl in 105, but thanks to his injuries and the stamina drain of the Mafuba, he misses the bottle entirely. Maybe he should have brought a rice cooker. This is where it gets a little grisly. Frost starts beating Roshi with an inch of his life, throwing the low-powered death beams at him in rapid fire, until he makes a mistake. He interrupts Vegeta's brooding. This is where Vegeta tags in and starts beating the crap out of Frost, who starts buying time. Vegeta notices this, and then continues to allow Frost to gather time by asking him to stop buying time. Seriously, Vegeta, how often is this trick going to work on you? Vegeta bursts in and we learn that to evade his weakness, he stuffed rocks in his ears.
Fucking genius!
With no way to actually beat the indestructible Vegeta, who keeps body blocking all of Vegeta's strongest attacks against Frost, Roshi gets himself baited by the Bastard King himself to use one final sacrificial Mafuba on Vegeta, which Frost somehow redirects at Vegeta. As far as I'm aware, the only person who's ever done this was Piccolo, who used it against Kami like once in the OG Dragon Ball. How Frost figured it out is an absolute mystery to me, but I'll let it pass because it was just so cool to watch. With Vegeta sealed away, it's down to Roshi, who is immediately blown away and taking the last of his stamina. As if spitting in Frost's face, he releases a tiny little key ball, which shatters the jar and releases an incredibly pissed off Vegeta. A quick key blast and insult KOs Vegeta, and Frost runs away in a puff of smoke like the Saturday morning cartoon villain he is. Roshi drops himself out, since he's about to straight up die, and our story comes to an end that I really like. It was clear from the outset that Roshi was going to hit a wall at some point in this arc. The guy's over 300 years old before Dragon Ball even starts. Worst case scenario, I was actually afraid that his own weakness was going to bring someone else down with him, which makes me really glad that he went out like the pimp he is, correcting his mistake and preventing an accidental team kill of Vegeta. Now, Prince of all VeggieTales continues to act all tsundere as is his wont, but I kind of feel like he has a certain respect for Roshi now, if he didn't have before. This old man, clearly past his prime, held his own against an alternate version of Frieza, something that Vegeta couldn't even have imagined doing when he was younger. It gave me some warm fuzzies, and that makes me excited about what's to come. Although, at the same time, I just can't forgive the absolute bullshit that was the first 7 minutes of the episode. They essentially stretched out a 30-second look at a scoreboard into a 7-minute monologue that did nothing but dampen the whole proceedings. Regardless, what did you think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you agree with my outlook on the episode? Or was there something I missed? Do you think Roshi could have taken Frost 1v1 somehow? Should he maybe have brought something with a little bigger opening than a sake bottle? Let me know down in the comments, and let's get some discussion going. Hello there everybody, thank you for watching this. If my voice is a little bit stuffier than normal, it's because I have a cold. Please forgive me for that. I just want to give a big thank you for my patrons for helping make this possible. If you want to join in on this list and you want to recommend things to be stared at, to be let's played, to be reacted to be streamed, then hey, if you want to guarantee that, then you could always chuck a couple dollars in the Patreon thing, because everything a patron recommends is going to get done. So I want to thank you all for watching. As always, I am Nozavix, and I will see you in the next video. But most importantly of all, I will see you around the roof.